The National Transportation Safety Board gave an important update to the public today on its investigation into the deadly midair collision between an Army Black Hawk helicopter and a regional American Airlines passenger jet. That crash killed 67 people. Among the NTSB's findings, the Black Hawk pilot possibly had, quote, bad data. I want to bring in CBS News senior transportation correspondent Kris Van Cleave. Kris, catch us up on what we learned.
Sure. Now, obviously, the investigation is early, so some things may change here, Major, but what has stood out to investigators, in particular with the helicopter, they pointed to a moment about 5 minutes before the collision where one of the pilots reported being at 300 feet. The other said they were at 400 feet. And they noted there was no discussion between the pilots about that altitude disagreement. They want to understand what information the helicopter may have been feeding to those pilots. Is it possible the helicopter was giving them bad data about their altitude? There's some data in the flight recorder that they determined was just not useful, not accurate. So they're trying to understand if those pilots even knew what altitude they were really flying at. The other thing, and this is significant, it appears two key air traffic control messages may have not ever reached the Black Hawk helicopter. In one point, where the controller is telling the helicopter that the regional jet was circling around to a different runway, it appears part of that message, the circling around part, didn't get to the helicopter. It's not recorded on their black box. It's heard in the airplane, not in the helicopter. And then 17 seconds before disaster, air traffic control told the helicopter to pass behind the jet. Well, it appears one of the pilots keyed the radio during that call. 8 seconds of it, including the portion where they said circle around, was lost to the pilots, they think.
So this could be, and again, to your very top point, lots more to learn, lots more to explain, but this could be either data that is in some way garbled or basic fundamental communications that don't make it where they need to land.
I think they're looking at both of those things that may end up being factors here. If the helicopter pilots are given bad data and don't know what altitude they're flying at, they may have thought they were in the exact right place where they were supposed to be. It's also interesting that you had one pilot note they were at 300, the other said 400 on a check ride where one pilot is evaluating the other, and there was no conversation about the apparent altitude disagree. If each of their screens are showing different altitudes, that's significant too, and that's significant in pilot communication. And then there's this issue with, did the message from controllers get to the helicopter pilots? Did they have the necessary information they needed? We understand now from investigators it looks increasingly likely that the pilots of the airliner, Major, made a last-second effort to take an evasive maneuver to avoid a collision. But there is no conversation, no indication at all on board the Black Hawk recorder that those pilots ever saw the plane they flew right into.
Bringing so much of this to light. Thank you very much, Kris Van Cleave. I appreciate it.
Sure thing.